So Rich, one of my students just got another building, two actually beautiful centers side by side from the same owner. This is a property he bought for about $2.6 million that's worth, as is the way, as it sits right now, about...
Bathrooms over here. They're pretty nice.
Cool. So this is the ladies' room. It's got 2 toilets, private doors, 2 sinks. Yeah, it's perfect. Nothing to do here. Yeah, that's perfect. And that's about the ratio you want, because you're almost going to use more than anything. Looks great, man. Looks like it's got a sound system in here.
Yeah.
You can connect to. But cool, man. Let's just keep on pushing through if that's okay. Yeah. Fix that. Just your door. And this stuff can be painted too, by the way. They can paint it and match it. This is a big one.
So this is like a white box, like you were saying. This is all repainted throughout. I'm getting LEDs, lights changed out.
Right.
And then white, any messed up ceiling tile replacing, but...
Yeah, so when he's talking about a white box, that's what we described. You just want to deliver a clean white box. Let somebody else come in here, put in walls, tear out walls. That'll be on them. It's got its own bathroom. Okay, so potentially 1 meter for both of these?
Yeah, so right now it's just 1 meter for both, but they did have 2 meters. So if there's a qualified tenant that's credit worthy, I could demise the space because they actually have their own HVAC units.
Oh, okay.
But I have to replace both of them. They have their own, each unit has their own heating and cooling.
Yeah, the only issue that can be with that, if you can rent it all together, can be an issue, is that this wall does not go all the way up. So it's not like a true firewall that goes up. There's just means that this place closes, you got a thief working for you. They pop a tile, hop over, go in, steal something, come back in. Yeah, it just depends on the business. That shit can happen. So
yeah, if I was going to do that, there's only one exit door, so I was going to have to make like some sort of demised wall over here so that they can have
shared
access to the shared toilet and then shared back door.
I would advertise the place as a whole if you can, and you probably will. It looks like it's about...
The only thing we really have to do is just knock this wall down, and then you have a fully open space.
Yeah, because this looks like it's probably only about 1,000.
Yeah, 1,000 each.
Yeah.
It's like 1950 in total.
Yeah, you got the right idea, man.
Because it has like this back there. We're still working on this area, but just cleaning that all up back there, which was the kitchen. Demoed the vanity and all that stuff.
Right. And generally these are yellow because they're old, but you can replace these. I'd stick them on the wall and have the lights like you have here. And what these should always... This is a test. This basically turns the power off. And the lights aren't coming on. So there's a problem. When you push that, the lights should come on. No. Oops.
That's broken now. I'll take you out this way because there's no entrance.
Okay. So yeah, coming around to the backside.
So this was very unique. When we go into this unit, I'm white boxing it as well, but there's no entrance from the front. So I'm adding a storefront to it. Just whoever was leasing it out beforehand didn't want people to have access to the front.
All right. So this is a good thing to understand quickly too, is your drains.
Yeah.
Just in case you do get a blockage, it's kind of good to know. Sometimes it's not always clear where you got to snake these strings. You'll find out quick enough.
This one I'm working on as well. It's almost done. But yeah, that door, that was sealed from the outside. So I'm adding those storefront doors to the front so you can exit from the front. And then that's all the power for the entire center. Yeah, and I was going to make this like a utility room. Like I kind of started, but I think I might just wait. I was thinking about just waiting until I have a tenant in here. Because my only concern was like having a tenant in here and then the customer comes over here with a kid and starts pulling these little dogs.
Yeah, what I worry about more, Rich, is somebody blows a breaker and they got to cut through their space to get to this. I think I would go ahead and just cut this off so that the access to this.
Because there's a double door here.
Yeah, maybe that'll work. But they may need that for this business too. But
Because I was kind of, I know you have to be 3 feet away from the breakers. So I started framing this out. I just didn't know if I should continue to frame this out or not.
What he's talking about is you're not supposed to have a machine of any sort or a wall that is tighter than 3 feet. You got to have room for the thing to open up. Somebody does get hit, they can bounce back and be away from the panel. But yeah, the only thing I would say is you might have to box this in, but have an exterior door in the back. So it's like, this is the electricity room, or, you have to mark it so everybody knows. And then that way when something goes wrong, you or whoever's got to come over here and check it. Ideally, maybe you have somebody that's semi-handy here.
This building, this room, whatever it was, it has a ton of power along. So I'm trying to get like a washateria or a laundromat to come in here because they have all the power already ready. They can just start hooking up their machines. Yeah. And there's not like a lot of that in this area. So I think it would be good for a tenant to come here and do some sort of laundry service.
Yeah. The only laundromats I've really ever had are ones that were in apartment buildings that I had, and they did make money, but they're a little bit of I don't know. They get, I don't know if I'd want one, to be honest.
Right. Okay.
I think that twice about that, only because they're going to need their own water meter because they use a shitload of water. And then the other thing is they're subject to crime a little bit. I used to have like armor around washers and dryers because they would come in and they would literally just flip the machine upside down and they'd beat the shit out of it to get, $10, $20 worth of quarters out of it.
Wow.
And when you go buy brand new LEDs like this, they cost significantly more than the fluorescent lights that have a ballast inside. And sometimes it's cheaper to even buy them brand new for fluorescent. And you just pull the ballast out, put in your LEDs, and you just wire it straight to at 110 because it costs less. I don't know why.
Right.
But these look pretty good. So these, like I say, they just need a lens, and the ones that aren't LED put LEDs. And you got a little bit of bowing, here you can see how that kind of sags.
And there's a lot. If you look over here, they have a ton of insulation on top of it.
Yeah, a lot of it is just from heat, and they don't even let you insulate like this anymore. So it's good that you got it.
Is there a way to tell if this is LED or not? You usually got to take off the cover.
Yeah, the bulb will be skinny.
Okay,
that's probably the main thing. And if obviously there's a transformer.
Yeah, you can kind of see them there. They do look kind of skinny. So maybe
they look skinny and they look bright. So this kind of feels like that might be the LEDs. But again, I wouldn't worry about it. They're bright enough. They look good either way.
Okay.
If they're all consistent, then like I say.
Yeah, I'll turn on the lights over here, and you can kind of see how bright it is.
Yeah, there's plenty of light here.
And it is pretty bright.
Yeah, this is fine. Somebody, look at the ceiling looks good. You got a little bit of, this is simple. You got to make sure, you can replace that. And if it happens again, you'll know where the leak is. You fix that. It does have a wall all the way up between here and the neighbors, so that's a good thing. This all looks great. The metal is clean and white. It's not rough. Look at the ventilation on this thing. I mean, I think they had this filled with desks, to be quite honest.
Yeah, because this was mostly medical at one point, so I don't know if it was like the dialysis or testing for. But I'm assuming they just had a ton of medical equipment in here for testing like blood or that type of deal.
Well, they had plenty of light, whoever they were. And here's another thing. This is great. Take a look up there. You see the 3 canisters. He's got 3-phase. He's got 3-phase in this building, and he's got a ton of power. He's got so much power here. So this is great. So in other words, he's got options that other people don't because the amount of power that he has. That 3-phase, maybe his air conditioners are 3-phase, which saves the customers money or whoever pays for that bill. The 3-phase is just much more efficient. I even have 3-phase on my home.
So this is kind of like shelf space.
So when he says shell, I think he just means that it's been unfinished.
There's no toilet in here. What I think what happened was the suite we were just in, and this one was one, and then they put up this wall, and then they just never used this one.
Right. But that wall does go all the way up to the top of that roof, so it is totally separate.
And it's weird. I don't understand why there's plumbing in this wall right here, and I was trying to figure out why. I don't understand why you would have that at the front. because it looks like they
it
just
doesn't go
cut
in
it
the
off.
ground. It just goes up.
Yeah.
So yeah. See, it goes nowhere. See the pipe? It's nothing. That's where it ends. That's where it begins. I don't know what they fed through it, but I doubt it was water.
And then I saw this, and I had no idea what this is. I don't know if you're able to explain. I don't know if that's sewer or if that's just random clean out.
It might be a floor drain.
Floor drain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can pop it open and take a look.
Yeah, I've looked into it. There's no sewer back there.
No plumbing. And what's on the other side of this wall?
There's a tenant on this side.
Is this
a
a
nail
bathroom?
salon. I honestly have no idea.
Hmm.
I think so, to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, if you got a bathroom here, boom, you can pull it right over here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a bathroom right there.
Cool. Gosh, it probably was their bathroom originally. This building is in quite good condition. This is not a big, you know what I mean? There's a lot of aesthetic stuff, but it's.
I mean, I can show you. Walk to the front if you want to go down the side.
Yeah, let's walk around. And so here's the other thing. I don't see any water detention or any retention.
Yeah, it's completely asphalted.
Yeah, so it's cool. This is what's nice about buying an older building. You don't have a big pit for water, and you don't have some of those requirements.
So this was, there was a wall here, demoed the wall, I had them just repaint everything and then put this new trim around.
Right.
And this is where like a vape store is gonna go. They may ask me to rip down these walls, but they're on top, so they're, pretty easy to knock down.
So the only thing I'm thinking, and this is the bathroom that's next to the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Man, well, so this wall's over there. He can't really do a back-to-back bathroom because there's a fire exit door on this side, right?
Oh, wait, no, we're down like quite a ways.
Oh, are we down quite a ways from there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, well, anyways, what's on the next side of this?
That is a barber shop.
Okay. Well, you got to charge these guys a premium because they got the road and it's small. So, I would get the maximum out of these guys, or maybe make the lease short enough that you have that option to bump them up as they go.
Yeah.
This is a super location.
Yeah, I'm just going to turn on the air on this one, or up. So.
Yeah, and so on this, you can throw a little piece of crown. They banged in these walls after the fact, and so you get stuff like this. Easiest thing to do is just put a little piece of crown mold.
Okay.
And it just has to start there, go through here and in there. Don't worry about doing the whole rest of it, because everything else has this metal edge here, which is what you want. It just starts to look funky when you get over here. And this you can fix. Oh, no, they got it. It's there. So just a little bit of, get a good ceiling guy to come in and fix it up.
Yeah. You want to see that. And I changed out all these outlets to white. They're all like that the yellow color.
Yeah.
So I just changed out all the plugs.
Yeah, he's saying he took everything that looked like this and made it like this. And you know what? Nobody even needs
who's his cell phone anymore?
Cap, and everybody's wireless now. Yeah, this looks really nice, man. You got a lot of good stuff to begin with. You want to learn how to make millions of dollars in real estate? I've made tens of millions over my lifetime, and I'm showing people how to do it. Get in my free webinar. I have it every Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. Go to the link below, FlipAnythingUSA.com/webinar. Sign up for it. You can talk to me face-to-face if you want. Don't waste any time. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. You don't want to miss my channel. I've been doing it for years.